Good day, everyone. In this session, we will now focus on Part 6 of Article 1.3.2.1 of the Philippine Electrical Code, which is the one-line diagram. This topic is very important because it represents the complete electrical system in a simplified form. It allows us to understand how electrical power flows from the source to all loads, including the protection and control devices involved. This is not just a drawing requirement. It is a tool for ensuring safety, clarity, and proper system operation, which the PEC requires. By the end of this discussion, you should be able to understand what a one-line diagram is and why it is required, and explain how it connects all two components of the electrical system, such as loads, feeders, motors, and load centers, and to identify the technical details that must be included based on the code and apply this knowledge in real-world installation and inspection. Most importantly, you should realize that the one-line diagram is where the entire electrical design becomes understandable and verifiable in actual. To properly position our topic, let us look at where we are in the overall plan requirements of Article 1.3.2.1. We have already discussed earlier parts such as ABC, the electrical layout, schedule of loads, and the design analysis. Now we are in Part G, one-line diagram, which is the final integration of all those components. This means everything we identified, designed, calculated, and planned earlier must now be reflected clearly in this diagram. This is where the design becomes a complete system. Now, let's dive in. Now, we begin with one-line diagram itself. This diagram presents the electrical system using simplified lines and symbols to represent complex connections. Instead of drawing all conductors, we use a single line to represent multiple wires, making the system easier to read and analyze. The purpose is not to show physical location, but to show how power flows and how components are interconnected. Ito yung pinaka-summary, parang shortcut ng buong electrical system. Isang tingin mo lang, gets mo na ang flow. The main purpose of one-line diagram is to clearly show the flow of electrical power from the source to the load. It includes all major components such as transformers, feeders, panelboards, and loads. This allows engineers and technicians to understand the system at a glance. In real application, this diagram is essential for troubleshooting and system analysis. Dapat nadidevelop ang ating mga electrician or technician on how to read single line or one-line diagrams. Sundan ninyo lang yung linya. Parang sinusundan natin yung daloy ng kuryente kung saan siya galing at saan siya pupunta. In practice, the one-line diagram is used by engineers, electricians, inspectors, and owners. Engineers use it to verify design, electricians use it for installation, guidance, and inspectors use it to check for compliance. Without the diagram, there is no clear reference for how the system should operate, which can lead to errors and unsafe condition. Ito yung ginagamit sa actual, hindi lang pang drawing. Ito yung guide sa trabaho sa site. Okay? So, when we are reading a one-line diagram, we usually start at the load center or main source. This is the point where electrical power enters the system and is distributed to different feeders. It acts as a central hub, and understanding this starting point is essential for tracing the entire electrical system. Dito nagsisimula ang lahat. Pag nagkakaproblema, dito tayo tumitingin. At pag nagkaproblema, damay ang buong system. There are key elements that must always be present in one-line diagram. These include proper identification of components, clear identification of power flow, and grounding for safety. PEC ang nagre-require niyan, hindi ako ha. These elements ensure that the diagram is not only functional, but also compliant with safety standards. Tatlo lang ang tandaan natin. label or may identification, flow or daloy ng kuryente, at grounding. Pag kulang ng isa dyan, delikado na. Kailangan kompleto yan sa one-line diagram. If we observe the power highways, from the load center, power is distributed through feeders and subfeeders. These are the conductors that carry electrical energy to different parts of the electrical system. They are essential for delivering power efficiently and must be properly sized and identified. Ito yung parang main line. Dito dumadaan nila ang lahat papunta sa iba't ibang area ng ating electrical system. We need to know how to read the signs on the highway, and we need to know how to read the one-line diagram. Isa yan sa mga skill na dapat nating matutunan. In construction, the code requires that feeders be clearly labeled and must indicate conductor size, type, raceway use to prevent damages. For protection, details of breaker and fuses is identified to protect the highway. This ensures that the conductors are capable of handling the load safely. Proper feeders design prevent overheating and ensure reliable system operations. Check natin lagi ang size ng wire. Hindi pwedeng sakto lang. Dapat kasi meron tayong allowance based on what the PEC declared. Okay? The one-line diagram must also include lighting and receptacle loads. These are connected through panel boards and branch circuits. Even though these loads are smaller compared to motors, they are numerous and must be properly distributed to avoid imbalance and overloading. Ito yung everyday load pa. Pag mali ang design nito, dito agad makikita ang problema. Ito yung pinakamadami sa isang industrial or commercial buildings. Panel board must be clearly shown, including their main breakers, branch circuit ratings, and conductor sizes. This ensures that each circuit is properly protected and that load distribution is balanced. Panel boards are critical points where protection and control are implemented. Dito nagko-control at nagpro-protect, parang checkpoint ng kuryente. Okay, let's go to the high demand loads like motors. Motor loads require special attention in the one-line diagram because they have unique characteristics. Unlike other loads, motors draw high current during startup or the inrush current, which must be considered in the design. Ang motor kasi iba yan. Malaki ang spike ng kuryente lalo na sa start. Possible na mag-trip ang isang system o ang isang protection pag in-start ang motor at dapat properly sized ang protection nito. Okay? These are the important information for sizing up the motor protection. For each motor, important information must include such as power rating, full load current, lock rotor current. These values are essential for selecting proper protective devices and conductor sizes to ensure reliable operations. Yung starting current, yan ang critical. Diyan kadalasang nagkakaproblema kaya during selection ng type ng breaker, dapat alam mo kung saan ang gamit dahil maraming nagkakamali sa breaker specification pa lang, di ba? The diagram must also indicate the motor's voltage, wiring type, and phase connection. This is particularly important for systems where single-phase motors are connected to a three-phase supply, as improper connection can lead to imbalance. Dapat siguraduhin nating tama ang connection. Pag mali ang phase, imbalance sa line or rotation problem, nakikita na natin to agad. Okay? All motors must be numbered consecutively and must correspond to their identification in the layout. This ensures proper coordination during installation and maintenance and avoid confusion in large system. Importante na may label yan para hindi hulaan kung alin ang aayusin o kung ano ang naka-install o ano yung chine-check mo. Okay? At this stage, the one-line diagram provides a complete view of the electrical system. It shows the source, feeders, loads, protection devices, and grounding. This allows engineers to analyze the system as a whole and ensure that all components work together safely. Ito na yung buong kwento mula source hanggang load, kita mo ng lahat. Okay. In summary, the one-line diagram is the complete electrical roadmap of the system, a foundation for successful project or reference guide for smooth facilities operation. It integrates all components of the design into a single representation, ensuring clarity, safety, and compliance. It is essential for design verification and understanding, safe installation guidance, and faster inspection. Without it, the electrical system cannot be properly understood or evaluated. Kung malinaw ang one-line diagram, madali ang trabaho. Kung hindi, mahirap i-troubleshoot. Lagi nyo tandaan, kung hindi malinaw sa drawing, di mas lalo nang hindi malinaw sa actual, di ba? Okay. So, here are our three major key learning here in this discussion. The one-line diagram is the complete electrical system map. It shows the entire flow of power from source to loads, integrating all components into one clear and simplified representation. It ensures safety through proper design details. It verifies conductor sizing, protective devices, motor data, and grounding, ensuring that the system can operate safely and handle faults. And 3, it is the basis for installation, inspection, and operation. It serves the main reference for engineers, electricians, and inspector, ensuring that the system is correctly installed, compliant, and reliable. Ang one-line diagram shows the entire system. Dito mo kasi makikita kung safe, tama, at ready na ba talagang gamitin ang electrical system. Okay, we are ready for the questions and answers. Now, let's proceed to question and answers. Server question. A building has a complete electrical layout and installed equipment, but the one-line diagram is missing. Can the system be energized? Very good question, di ba? So, no, the system cannot be energized because the one-line diagram is required to verify the complete electrical system, including power flow, protection, conductor sizes, and grounding. Without it, there is no clear basis to confirm if the system is safe and compliant with the code, especially during turnover and testing and commissioning. For example, in a commercial building, even if all panels and wires are installed, without the one-line diagram, inspector cannot validate if the breakers are properly rated or if the feeders are correctly sized, which may lead to unsafe energization. So kahit kumpleto na sa installation, kung wala namang one-line diagram or as-built para sa testing and commissioning, parang hulaan lang yan. Delikado yan bago paandarin o e-energize. May mga incident na either nasisira ang equipment o may sumasabog, or it is better to conduct testing and commissioning with a guide of one-line diagram. Reference natin yan, Article 1.3.2.1G of the Philippine Electrical Code. Sir, question po again. A one-line diagram shows the feeder but does not indicate conductor sizes. Is this acceptable po? That is a good question again. Based on code, no, it is not acceptable because the one-line diagram must indicate the size of conductors for feeders to ensure that they can safely carry the load without overheating. You pay for it to your contractor. You need to demand complete one-line diagram. If you are the service contractor, the code required you to create and provide especially the as-built. For example, if a feeder carries 100 ampere but the conductor size is unknown, the installer might use an undersized wire which can overheat and cause fire during operation. Hindi pwedeng hulaan ang size kasi. Dapat malinaw yan para safe ang system at dapat validated at nakikita na during inspection. Okay? So another question. Sir, a motor is included in one-line diagram but only its horsepower is indicated. Is this sufficient information? The answer is, based on code, no. It is not sufficient because the one-line diagram must include full load current and lock rotor current to properly size conductors and protective devices. Tulad ng na-mention ko, you pay for it to your contractor, you need to demand complete one-line diagram. If you are the service contractor, the code required you to provide one. So for example, in HVAC system, a motor may run at normal current, but during startup, it draws high inrush current. Without this information, the breaker may trip unnecessarily or be improperly sized. Hindi sapat ang horsepower lang ang nakalagay. Yung starting current ang critical sa design. Okay? Server, question po again. The one-line diagram shows all loads and feeders but does not include grounding. Is this compliant? Okay. So based on code uli ang sagot ko, no, it is not compliant because grounding must be indicated to provide a safe path for fault current and to protect both equipment and personnel. For example, in case of fault without grounding, current may pass through equipment or people leading to electric shock or damage. Pag walang grounding, walang protection, delikado sa tao at sa equipment. So ang role natin is to protect life and property. Papaano mo machi-check kung hindi nakalagay sa diagram? Sabi ng code, dapat meron. Okay? Sir, another question. A feeder is shown with a conductor rated exactly equal to the load current. Is this acceptable? Okay. No, it is not acceptable because the conductor ampacity must be greater than the load current to provide a safety margin and prevent overheating. Example, if a feeder carries 80 ampere and the wire is also rated 80 ampere, continuous operation may cause overheating and insulation damage. Hindi pwedeng sakto lang, dapat may allowance, sabi ng code, para hindi uminit ang wire. Mapag-aaralan natin yan sa wire sizing na may requirement ang code kung ilang percent ng ampacity you need to provide. Okay? Sir, another question. Okay. The one-line diagram does not match the actual installation on site, which should be followed. Nice question. Nangyayari yan. So, the installation must follow the approved one-line diagram. Any deviation must be revised, documented and approved before operation to ensure compliance and safety, and provide as-built plan when completed. Example, if the actual installation differs from the diagram, it may result in failed inspection and unsafe condition. Hindi pwedeng iba sa drawing, iba sa actual. Dapat pareho para pasado sa inspection at safe ang system. Di natin alam, baka nag-shortcut or nagtitipid ang contractor o installer, di ba? Sabi ng code, Article 1.3, Plan Compliance. Okay? Okay, I hope you've learned something new today. Kahit paano, may natutunan, di ba? Pwede mo naman itong ulitin para mas lalong maintindihan. This concludes our discussion of Article 1.3.2.1, Part G. Please share this to our colleagues and friends, and for you to keep updated, you can like this video or choose to subscribe to support this endeavor. Once you completed the entire chapter of PEC 1 series or watch the playlist, you can ask me for e-certificate of completion. As of this video, the playlist is almost 3.5 hours learning time. By sending me message, you will receive a link to fill up a form for e-certificate. It's free for those who seek to learn. Or you can scan the QR code to fill out a short evaluation form, and you can give me your complete name and include your email for the e-certificate kasi yung iba name lang ang nilagay pero hindi naman nagbigay ng email. How can I send the e-certificate? Okay? Just let me know if you are interested. Message me. Thank you.